Hey everybody, welcome to Creative Crew. Creative Crew, thanks for coming in. We're working on some new frames. Actually, that's what the subject's going to be about. Frames, it's going to be about animals, it's going to be about Earth Day, and we're going to frame it all together, come up with a story, and then we're actually going to have a cool project that you're going to work frame by frame. So come back and Curly, want to do this? He kind of likes my glasses because it's got a picture of him. Cool, let's go. Come on. So Curly, I'm going to reframe my shot. I'm going to do a tilt down. That's reframing the shot. And then I'm going to do a pan. Pan is another way of reframing your shot. Here you go, bud. Okay. All right, sit. Good job. So, hey, Creative Crew, we're working on reframing our shots. In video, you can get a close-up, a wide shot, and panning left and right and tilting up. And Curly's helping us do this project about the idea of reframing. There's another thing about reframing. Let me tell you a little bit about that. Have you been feeling a little stressed? I can tell you that I have. You know, the situation that we're in right now has been stressing me out. And so have you been stressed out? What have you been doing? Luckily for me, that I can share with you is there's ways of dealing with stress. I'm going to share that with you. Stress, some stress is really good. That's what keeps you alive. That's what keeps you going. It's just learning to tell the difference of what's real and not real. And also trying to figure out ways of how to handle that situation. So there's one technique that sort of what I do for video productions. If I want to change the mood of a story, it's just changing what we see. So if, for instance, if I do you see this in horror movies, extreme close-up of the eyes, and all you see is the eyes, and it's kind of, squinting. But if all you see the eyes, it's like, oh, this seems like an evil dude, evil guy. That's when you really push the camera in real close, and that's what you view. But when you pull it out and you can reveal the person is actually squinting because they're on a beach. They're actually smiling because it reveals a smile, and it's a sunny, beautiful day. So there's a way of kind of switching that in your head as well. And I wrote this down here. It's called reframing. It's a technique to help create a different way of looking at a situation, person, relationship, by changing its meaning in a positive way. So, for instance, I remember when I was a kid, it's like, make sure you get your homework done. Make sure you clean your room. Make sure you're nice to your little sister and take care of them. Constant, just kind of nagging. It felt like that. Little did I know later is actually Mom was giving me a lot of love. What I mean by that is later in life I found out that because I learned how to clean my room, how to take care of somebody else, how to take care of myself, how to cook for myself. When I went out and got my own space, my own apartment, and when I got a job, she actually empowered me. So she wasn't nagging me. She was actually giving me a lot of love. So that's, when you feel like that's, the situation, it's like, oh, my mom is really getting on my case, and, think of it, switch that in your head, reframe your shot, and think of it in terms of maybe they're really trying to help you out. So you've been learning about frames and frame reference and frames in media, and talk about frame of reference, Earth. We'll have Earth Day celebrations coming up, and it's important for us as media makers, as artists, to tell the story of Earth itself, the importance of taking care of it, something that Native Americans and Indigenous people have been doing for thousands and thousands of years. Earth Day is what they live because that's part of their culture. You should talk to some of your members, club members who are Native American or Indigenous, and learn about their culture. And you'll see that their frame of reference is that Earth is alive, and everything within Earth is alive. The sky, the earth we walk on, the trees, the rock, the animals. Animals are sacred for them. If you notice, whenever I talk or whenever I introduce Curly, I introduce Curly as I being one of his people. It's a whole different way of thinking and seeing Earth, and it's a breathing, living entity, and we're part of that. So I want you to learn about the cultures within your community. For instance, we have many tribes here in Wisconsin, and they'll use animals in their to represent them in their communities. So, for instance, the Oneida. The three clans of the Oneida Nation are the bear, the wolf, and the turtle. The bear clan people are the keepers of the medicines. The wolf clan people are the pathfinders. The turtle clan people are the caretakers of the land. The tree stands on the back of the turtle, symbol of the great Turtle Island, which to the Iroquois people signifies the North American continent. For you young Indigenous Native Americans that are watching this and want to be artists, do so, whether in any form, and you need to continue to tell the stories that is part of your tradition. You are the storyteller now. You're the next generation, and it's important for us to continue telling that story. Art can educate, motivate, and inspire action to protect the earth.